Yo, yo, yo. I can't walk. I don't have some cool intro, so let's just get to the start of the show.
Geniuses are born or made.
My Kyle Rittenhouse video received more community feedback than any of the other content I've uploaded on YouTube and or Facebook. Personally, I find debating people in comment sections of videos as some
shit I don't like.
So instead of answering each comment individually, I decided to make a response video. First off, I'd like to say
thank you
for keeping your opinions on topic and respectful, because I was almost certain that some people would say some foul shit towards me like,
you're embarrassing yourself, you geriatric fuck!
The majority of the comments that were made supported Kyle, while some of them were against him. While I was reading some of the comments supporting Kyle, which came complete with facts that I couldn't dispute,
Because you're a dumbass.
I found myself feeling a lot like Billy Madison at the end of his academic decathlon about some of the points I made in my previous video. As holes were easily revealed in my arguments, I couldn't help but to hear this guy in my subconscious tell me,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The argument I'm ashamed of making the most is I maintained a position of hope that Kyle would be found guilty, despite the fact that the evidence clearly proves that he acted in self-defense.
What in God's name were you trying to prove?
I wanted to see Kyle Rittenhouse incarcerated as an example to others to not show resistance to rioters and looters in the future.
Well, that's just silly.
Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes.
I'm so used to seeing minorities made examples of in other unprecedented court cases that I selfishly wanted to see Kyle suffer the same fate as they did. My vengeful nature caused me to lose sight of the fact that the whole point of these protests and riots to begin with is supposed to be for all people to be treated fairly by the American government and its judicial system. I realize now that America could never reach that goal if Kyle Rittenhouse was found guilty for clearly defending himself, so I'd like to take this time out to apologize for allowing my racist tendencies to cloud my judgment.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
There was more than just Kyle Rittenhouse's freedom on the line during his jury trial in November. The Second Amendment was on trial too. If Kyle was found guilty, it would have sped up the process to ultimately remove the right to bear arms from the American people.
Hey look man, you need you a good gun man, cause there's some crazy motherfuckers walking around this neighborhood. A lot crazier than me.
Crazy motherfuckers like Joseph Rosenbaum who thought he could just take Kyle's gun away from him because Kyle Rittenhouse looks like he's softer than baby shit. Contrary to popular belief, Jesus did not come down from heaven and point out evil people to Kyle so he can kill them. Unless Joseph Rosenbaum was chasing Kyle Rittenhouse with a pink lunchbox full of candy and condoms falling out of it, there's absolutely no way Kyle could have possibly known JoJo fucks elementary school girls in his spare time when he shot him. The only way I think Kyle could have known Anthony Huber beat up women in his past when he shot him is if Huber had a picture of Chris Brown on the bottom of the skateboard he used to knock Kyle upside his head. I refuse to learn how to say this nigga's name who only got shot in the arm, so I guess he'll be alright. I've always been under the belief that these three geniuses got exactly what they deserved for the simple fact that they attacked somebody armed with an assault rifle.
Yeah.
A lot of the comments I read said two of them deserved to die because one was a pedophile and the other was a woman beater. With that being said, what do you think, Samuel L. Jackson? Do you also believe they deserve to die for their past crimes to go along with their bright idea of attacking somebody armed with an assault rifle?
Yes, they deserve to die and I hope they burn in hell!
In my previous video, I said loss of life could have been avoided if Kyle Rittenhouse had never went to Kenosha that night. Somebody in the comment section shot that argument down too by telling me loss of life could have been avoided if no one had went to Kenosha that night.
Amen.
Even Kyle admits he regrets going to Kenosha that night.
If I could go back, I would not have gone there. I would have stayed home, but we can't change that. I went there to protect property, but I was attacked by violent people, which forced me to defend myself.
Which leads me to why I still don't think Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero. I said in my last video that I feared Kyle's not guilty verdict would inspire others to play hall monitor at riots in the future.
You could be Batman!
What I didn't know is that people already formed militia groups across the country chaperoning these riots all along.
I'm not a smart man.
But if these guys were already out here protecting property and not forced to kill anybody at their respective riots, why don't they receive any love from mainstream media or the internet? I know Eddie from the Barbershop movies earned himself a chair for life after staying with Calvin Sr. during the riots over MLK's death, and he didn't even have to kill anybody for it.
Move, Eddie! No! Eddie, get out of there! No! No!
I'm not asking to give them the red carpet treatment Kyle's been getting for the past couple of months because I think that's just ridiculous. What I am asking for is at least some shoutouts from local news in their respective areas and possibly some Walmart gift cards for their troubles.
Please, please!
Today, when I see Kyle Rittenhouse, I see visual proof of why the American people need the right to bear arms. I'm pretty confident that there's
Millions
of dorks across this country who look very much like Kyle Rittenhouse, and when thugs see them, we all know they're thinking,
Let's rob that nigga, man. Yeah, son.
Because of this fact, I feel the Second Amendment's here to stay, and since Kyle's the new poster child for it, I think he could run for public office in the future and possibly win. But despite all of the bad things that happened during that half week of civil unrest in Kenosha, I can say at least one good thing came out of it.
And what would that be?
Like waiting for all the single patriotic moms to take Kyle's virginity. I'm like, too late.
That's right, Kyle Rittenhouse is getting his fuck on.
Never again will Kyle Rittenhouse experience sexual rejection for at least the next 5 years for surviving his nationally televised nightmare in Kenosha.
I'm no meteorologist, but I'm pretty sure it's raining bitches.
I'll bet money that all Kyle has to say to women to get laid now is,
Say my name.
and without hesitation they answer back,
Kyle Rittenhouse!
You're goddamn right.
Then I'd imagine these chicks are out here telling Kyle some really wild shit before they fuck him, like,
I'm gonna roll you into a little ball and shove you up my vagina.
to which I'd assume Kyle responds by telling them,
I got a boner.
right before he gives them
The dick.
wearing nothing but some socks and his star-spangled slippers on.
You gon' give me some of that coochie. And you ain't gonna tell nobody.
There's one more thing I learned from the comment sections of my Kyle Rittenhouse video.
What have you learned?
My thoughts and beliefs can be changed by some shit that strangers wrote me using their thumbs.
Well, that was before internet chat rooms made everybody an expert. It's a better world now.
I wanted some discourse on this topic with my audience and got exactly what I wanted, which I think is some of my opinions were proven wrong, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Now, I'm not saying it to kiss ass for more views or subscribers, because I can tell by most of the comments I read that none of those people will continue to watch my content anyway. I'm saying it because I've been wrong before, and I'm wise enough to know that I'll be wrong again.
Because you're a dumbass.
But I'm not gonna let that stop me from speaking my mind on my channel, and if
You got a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself.
I'm not taking down my previous video because I want to keep it up as a reminder that opinions can change.
If I can change, and you can change, everybody can change.
There's a lot of people who's angry out here because they know, like I do, that if a black guy did the exact same thing Kyle did, that the narrative would be drastically different than what it is right now. They're also angry at the fact that the only person who got charged in this entire situation was the nigga that bought the gun for Kyle Rittenhouse in the first place.
That's so very, very sad.
In the end, I can honestly say that I'm genuinely happy that Kyle Rittenhouse doesn't have to spend the rest of his life getting anally raped in prison for doing what he thought was right. I just wish the people who are celebrating him right now can devote some of that energy towards a resolution to the problem that started all of this, which, in case you forgot, is police brutality against minorities.
And that's all I have to say about that.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Peace. I'm Audi 5000.
Those who wish to follow me, I welcome with my hand. Thank you for being a friend.
And those are my thoughts for this video. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old crippled bastard. Ooh, 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 ooh. I ain't too proud to beg for your money, so like, share, and subscribe.